All right, we should be live now. Happy hump day, ladies and gents. Day baseball, standard Wednesday schedule for us. What I mean by that, we'll do a members only video for the day slate, free to the public. Hit you guys up with some normal information for the night stuff, and encourage you all to head on over to the 5-Pack website and grab yourself a weekly or monthly membership.
Yeah, we definitely encourage that. We got three, including NBA, really nice slates to break down today.
All right, man. Looking through pitching this morning, there's about 4 guys on my list: Peralta, Giolito, Singer, and Skubal. And I haven't exactly shortlisted which ones are my favorites, but I was going to ask you up top: are you a Peralta, Giolito, or going to try to slam both of them, or go with the go with cheaper pitching?
Definitely give me Peralta over Giolito. I think you can definitely make the case for playing both of them, though.
Yeah, Peralta's been really good in home games this year. So coming off back-to-back losses to Cincy, time for kind of that ace kind of stopper role. They had to run out Hauser and Anderson, their 4 and 5 pitchers. And, Anderson was great last night, but the offense didn't show up. So I am also team Peralta over Giolito today. But if you want to make the opposite case, I mean, there's legit arguments for why, the strikeout heaviest team in the league, Tampa Bay, is a team to go after here. They're also a good baseball team, though.
Agreed. And I definitely get your points on Singer, too.
What's that?
Singer as well, I also get.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm looking at both pitchers from that game, and I like Singer a lot. It's Detroit, right? Not every day will it work out. We talked about Minor last night. He was not great, but Singer is 6,300 against Detroit. He's pitched relatively well lately. Yeah, I'm into it.
Same.
15 plus in 5 of his last 6. So, don't expect him to win the slate for you, but that is a sweet price tag and a good matchup.
For Shizzle. And what about Skubal?
Skubal's been kind of impressive. I don't love picking on Kansas City. They're a pretty mediocre offense as far as scoring runs, but they're elite when it comes to not striking out. So I think I like Skubal a little bit more than I like Singer, but today I think I like Singer a little bit more than I like Skubal.
I agree. Just because of the matchups, etc. Skubal still has higher strikeout upside, though.
For sure. I mean, this is a great conversation just when it comes to DFS. I think we're both bigger Skubal than Singer fans, but, Kansas City is not a great matchup, and Detroit's, they're not bad every day, but they're bad more days than they're good.
I actually think they're very similar pitchers. Like, I think they're how good they are, they're similar. Maybe slight edge to Skubal, but he's just a much better strikeout pitcher for DFS.
For sure. Was there anybody outside of those 4 that you had any interest in? Any Yarbrough, Snell, Canning, anything?
Nah.
Okay. Well, then we have the same pool at least. And I think a gun to head, I would be Singer, Peralta if I had to set one lineup today.
I think I would too.
Okay. Good. And we understand the other points of the conversation. If you feel differently, it's your lineup. Do what you need.
Yeah, I might be Peralta Giolito. Because if you don't feel the need to stack expensive bats, then I think that is a definite way to go.
And I think we can assume, despite the fact San Diego has not been great the last 2 days, let's just assume they're going to be very popular again today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it is hot in Colorado. Not that it's going to really change how you affect Coors, but the ball should pop. It should. Doesn't mean it will. You still got to hit it.
Man, Freeland looked awful last time out, too. I'll say that. I know you're generally a Freeland fan, though.
Yeah, not against San Diego. Again, San Diego has not been great the last 2 days, but it doesn't make me like them any less today.
That's fair. I do think there's a couple other good spots, though, to look at.
All right. Any interest in any offense up top in the Cincy-Milwaukee game, Malia versus Peralta?
If anything, it would be a couple Milwaukee bats.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm not really trying to get to them.
Same.
Yeah. Okay.
Although I will say Milwaukee, and I say this a lot, Cincy has the worst bullpen in baseball. So, that's another reason why I don't mind a couple of their bats.
I mean, it's a fair point. It's definitely a fair point. They're not super cheap today, but outside of Yelich, they're all relatively affordable.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up, Tampa against Chicago, Giolito against Yarbrough. I'm not trying to pick on Giolito, even if I don't go with Tampa, or even if I don't go with him. I'm not really trying to get to Tampa bats. I get it if you go with a Meadows or a Rosarina or anything. Is there anybody from Tampa you're liking?
Nah, not really. I mean, you said it. Meadows, he's expensive, though. We saw against Lance Lynn the other day. They hit multiple home runs. were unowned, but I'm not going to use them, so no.
Okay. Any interest in like an Abreu or a Tim Anderson against a lefty? I respect Yarbrough. I don't fear him, but I do respect him.
Yeah, I would definitely respect him too. Um, Not really. I think I think you could actually make a case for Yarborough.
Okay, I can make a case for Yarbrough too, and worth noting, Tim Anderson's gotten hot over the last 3 days. He's very good against lefties, but I'm not trying to prioritize his 5K salary here.
Same. I mean, he's definitely in play though. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah, we're big Tim Anderson fans, guys. Every time there's a lefty on the mound against the White Sox, we're at least going to look at Abreu and Tim Anderson. Doesn't mean you're going to roster him. Doesn't mean you're going to jump in with 2 feet, but we're always going to at least, think about them.
Those guys are good. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, Detroit against Kansas City. I like both of the pitchers in this game a little bit. I could understand why you'd probably go to either of the offenses, but not priorities for me.
Same. It looks like Kansas City's getting quite a bit of love behind only San Diego.
Okay, probably just because they're cheap. And people just need the price salary or the price savings right there. I mean, I get that.
I bet Soler is going to be real popular.
Right, 4K or 3,400 hitting in the 4 spot. Mondesi's back today, which is could only be good for Kansas City, batting in the 5 hole. He's very affordable as well. Although I don't love the fact he's coming off an injury, just because I think it probably eats into his stolen base upside.
Yeah, same. Again, he probably gets too much love today for all the things you just mentioned.
Yeah, I'm not saying he can't run. I'm just saying when you're coming off of, I believe it was a hamstring injury, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't expect him to be pushing it.
Same.
All right, next up, San Diego against Colorado, Freeland against Snell. What are your thoughts on this game overall? I'm assuming, again, San Diego just will be massively popular.
Yeah, how could they not be, right? I mean, people love picking on lefties, too, with right-handed power. Machado, Tatis. I'm sure those guys are going to be crazy high-o. It makes sense. I mean, I think you'll see Colorado get love, too.
Oh, my God, was he terrible. You're right the other day. That's an awful start. Coming off back-to-back terrible starts. People love San Diego. They love Coors Field. Crazy, insane chalk today. They're the best plays on paper. Hasn't worked out the last 2 days. Doesn't really change the fact that makes them still the best plays on paper by a decent amount.
Agreed.
You do have a little love for Colorado against Snell?
Mm-hmm.
Or you think they get a little love?
I said I think they get a little love.
Okay.
They were pretty good last night.
Yeah. I didn't watch the game at all, but I thought they won 6 runs, didn't they?
Yeah, McMahon had a huge game, and he's all of a sudden just become their best player.
Yeah, he's having a nice season.
Yeah, he's definitely having a nice season.
Lefty on lefty, you can assume he'll come in at real low ownership.
I would imagine so. And, give me him over, the Stories of the world.
Yeah, man. Trevor Story does not look right.
No, he doesn't.
Oh. I guess if you're looking for a reason for Trevor Story, double and 2 walks yesterday. I'll take that back.
That's very encouraging for him.
It is. That guy does not walk a lot.
No, he doesn't. That is very encouraging for him. So I take that back too. I'll tell you what though, I have some interest in both offenses from this game.
I can see that. I know Cole Irvin is a guy that, well, I give him credit. His last 2 starts have gone a lot better, but he had been starting to really struggle, and he's still giving up his hits.
Yeah, he pitched well in Colorado. Good start for him, and then he was pretty good against KC. But then the Angels are pretty good right now. They've been hot. They're not going to get any love. I just think it's a pivot off of Coors. They're obviously not in as good a spot on paper, but
Ooh, that hurts not having Rendon, though.
Yeah, sure does. But it's not like he was having the greatest year.
No, I always will love Rendon against lefties.
Same.
So it doesn't help him.
Of course. Upton, though, yeah.
Yeah. I get that. I don't know if I would end up.
The Oakland side also, I think, is in play against Canning.
Yeah, Canning's an odd guy because I feel like he gets some DFS love because he's got decent strikeout upside, but it's not like he's getting a lot of easy outs this year.
Yeah, exactly. He's definitely one of these guys that on any given day can pitch really well and get hit around.
Yeah, I mean, if you look through just from a simplistic standpoint, his game log is filled with a bunch of crooked numbers. He throws out some nice starts from time to time. Very admirable start against the Dodgers in there. Very good against Seattle. Not so good against a bunch of other teams. So it's really just who is he for the day? And that's a tough bet. I have a soft spot for Oakland at home, though, during the day.
Yes, for sure. No doubt about all that. I figured you would not argue with me on this, even if you didn't like it as much as me.
Yeah, maybe it's just I have no numbers to back it up, but I've always had good luck with Oakland during day games at home. Again, no numbers to back that up. That just could be something that I've been lucky with.
Well, it plays much better for hitters during the day.
Yeah, and your boy Chapman really, again, starting to play better baseball. It sounded like he might have had some injuries or he was just massively slumped, but he's on a nice little hitting streak right now. He's getting some walks, he's getting some hits. Their lineup's just better when he's actually hitting.
Yeah, a lot better. I mean, he's one of their best hitters. They need him.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Laureano was here, but they still have Kanya. Now they have him and Olsen. Still a solid lineup.
For sure.
All right, last game, Pittsburgh against Washington. We got a little bit of a bullpen game going for the Washington Nationals today, and since we're not really that interested in Pirates normally, I'm assuming this probably doesn't help the cause.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Pittsburgh. I am interested in Washington, though. I don't think DeYoung is very good. I've mentioned that. Washington would be my favorite alternate stack outside of Coors.
Okay. I watched a little bit this DeYoung start the other day. I don't know what the term is. He got by. Walked a few too many giveaways, got some key outs. Was not great. Was not, I don't know. I'll give him credit for getting out of this start and only giving up 2 earned runs, but
that could happen today.
Yeah, but I can see why you like Washington. Again, we all know San Diego's the best plays on paper. There's no questions about that. But they're going to be massively chalk. And I think a point that you've brought up lately that we can continue to pound home is you can stack San Diego and they can go off. And it doesn't mean you're any more than just outside of the money to min cashing.
Yeah, that's definitely something you have to weigh. And I'll mention this on the flip side: if they go off, you're going to need them to cash. So you have to know your risk tolerance and know that they're the best plays on paper. But it's baseball. People ask, I hear other people talk about how could this team not go off in this spot? How could they not be in the winning lineup? Because it's baseball is why.
It's a funky sport, guys. You hit the ball hard, half of those are still outs.
Yeah, and again, if you get hits in a 30 or at bat, you're a Hall of Famer. I mean, there's more failures in MLB than in any other sport.
Yeah, if you think about a good play in an NBA game, how many times have y'all rostered somebody who had a monster first quarter and at the end of the day, he's just average? You roster a 10K James Harden or whatever it might be, or you pick the superstar and he's got a big first quarter, and at the end of the game, he still only has 55 DK points. The flip side of that is he gets done with the first quarter, he's got 8.5 DK points. You're thinking he's a bust. The next thing you know, he's 6Xing. That happens all the time because you have a long sample size of a game to figure things out. In baseball, you get maybe 4, maybe 5 at bats. Weird stuff can happen. You can have a bad game for 2 at bats. It's hard to recover because you don't hit home runs every at bat.
Yeah, the ump can take the bat out of your hand. You can get walked. I mean, there's so many different variables. It just is. It pays to being different in baseball much more than the other sports.
As far as Washington goes, anybody in specific or more of just a stack?
Or just a stack. I mean, Turner looked like he got going last night a little bit. A lot bit.
He did.
A lot bit. So I think I like give me Turner over Story, even though I like the buying low on Story, because I think Story just gets more love probably.
Oh, probably significantly.
Right? Just in Coors. I mean, and Turner's in the better spot. We can say what we want about Blake Snell. He's way better than DeYoung.
Yeah, for sure. Soto, again, we've been looking for the buying signs. 3 straight games of the single. I mean, it's a small sign, but it's something, right? I mean, one of these days, he's still really good. He's going to bust out here.
That's the other thing for me. I completely agree with what you said yesterday. One of these days, he's going to go on a crazy tear. And I also believe that. So I'm willing to, try to be early on that.
Yeah, Schwarber is, coming off of a big last couple of days. He's very, very affordable.
And this team was really struggling offensively, and now they're getting going. Like, I don't think they slow down today.
Gotcha. You got fill-in pieces. Like, you're never going to love rostering Starlin Castro, but he helps you build your lineup at 3,300.
For sure.
So, okay. Basically, it breaks down like this, just as a real quick summary. There's 4 pitchers we're looking at: Peralta, Giolito, Skubal, and Singer. Gun to head, I'm probably going to sit there with Peralta and Singer right now. And then if I can make a lineup with the top 2 guys, that's what I would probably do. Otherwise, if you can get, like I said, if you can get to Peralta and Giolito, that's great. That would be the ultimate goal. It's going to be tougher to do today, but it's definitely possible.
Agreed.
So if you want Trey Turner and Juan Soto, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, those guys are expensive, so you got to prioritize them and figure out a way to get them.
If you want to play a cash lineup, go 5 deep on San Diego. Get in where you fit in. That's the place to go. And then our alternative stacks appear to be, if you had to make them like a 2 and a 3, would be Oakland and Washington.
Yeah, agreed.
Easy peasy. Summed it all up, guys. Good luck today. We'll see you for night baseball, and I'll see you for NBA shortly.
Thanks, guys.